Nene says I need to start talking about the dreams that I be having that have me in a cold sweat, t-shirt just soaked with sweat. She says she could tell when I'm having night terror dreams because I don't stand still. I told her to videotape me one time. I want to see what you're talking about. And so she just showed me this motherfucking video, man. And when I told her what I was dreaming about, she said I need to go ahead and put that on audio. So I have this childhood friend. His name was Darryl. I'm not going to use his full last name because the family is still here in the area. Me and Darryl were the coolest two brothers could be. I mean, we met in the third grade, and he stayed in a different neighborhood than I, but he'd always, be able to ride his bike over to my house. Now, I wasn't permitted to go over to his neighborhood because my bougie grandparents thought that projects wasn't, you know, keen place for me to hang out. Hold on for a second. I'm online. No, call it. Nene looking for her phone. So all through elementary school, we were tight. Through middle school, we were tight. I guess this is before the time black folks used to say that's my best friend or something like that. We were just cool like that. We didn't have that best friend tag or nothing like that. But in high school, it kind of changed, right? Because my grandfather had that stroke and that heart attack. So I was shipped off to Detroit to finish my schooling because the schools up here they were programming niggas to fail left and right. My mother didn't want that, so that's when she enrolled me into Mackenzie High. This is when Darryl and I started to go our own ways. No, it's not up here. Up here in suburbia, so they're selling crack hard and heavy. And just like Lawrence Fishburne said, it wasn't a problem as long as blacks were being served and their lives being ruined and everything. It was no problem. But when it did become a problem is when these white people and the white kids started smoking that shit too. Now it's a problem because white people like the crack rock even more than the black people because they can afford to buy more of it. See? So Darryl started slanging that shit. I ain't downplaying him on that, Quite be told, everything he did never was repeated out of my mouth to someone else. That's loyalty. When my boy Craig was ran over by that drunk driver, it was Darryl to come over. It was first Darryl to come over to make sure I was all right. Repeating it could have been you. But really, it should have been me. You see what I'm saying? Because Craig, I mean, he was a star athlete when my grandparents wouldn't even let me play fucking football. You know, he was well liked by all the females in the school. Yeah, it should have been me because I mean, I don't have nothing going for me like that back then in school. Because when you come up and you talk proper and everything, and you're not permitted to use ain'ts and shit, people start looking at you a different kind of way. So that they categorize me as bougie because my grandparents were bougie. I don't think I was bougie at all. Motherfucker, I know how to cut motherfucking cocaine. My mother's second husband had us running packages and shit. Bougie. I've seen a motherfucker popped over a fucking 50 cent card game or crap game. I don't play the gambling game, so I'm not. But I've seen that shit in an alley over 50 fucking cents. And it's not about the money, it's about principle of holding your own nuts, not showing a motherfucker you know punk. But as I'm seeing this motherfucker pull this gun, it's like a movie. So you see some shit like that will be when you're between 9 and 10 years old and shit, and that shit just sticks with you. That's why I'm saying this dream that I had really fucked me up. So on the weekends and shit, I come up here, we still hang out, but it'd be a different type of hanging out. Now I'm hanging out in trap houses and up on the strip. And, you know, I ain't slanging the shit, but I'm around the shit. You know, I'm seeing the action. I'm seeing how things are, going down. You know, one time come through, everybody scatters, and then one time leave, everybody return. Grandparents didn't know nothing like that. The grandparents didn't even know that I was backpacking ounces of cocaine all throughout Detroit. Motherfuckers had to tell what was going on with me. I didn't relinquish any type of information because it's just not that type of person. So Darryl had gotten into a little trouble just down in Detroit. And I was pissed off because motherfucker, I live down here, so you down here, you're not even gonna call or come by or something like that. And he was strictly on that business tip. I can understand, but I didn't know how deep Daryl had gotten himself into. So, now he had this silver dollar that he always had. And he said his granddaddy gave it to him. It's his good luck piece. Just like how motherfuckers carry a rabbit's foot or some silly shit like that. I'm not saying what he was doing was silly because he made it a lucky charm. I think motherfuckers that carry rabbit's foot, that's some silly shit. That's a lucky charm. I don't really believe in lucky charms or nothing like that, but this one kind of, it, it, let me just finish. Shit. All right, so he's down here in Detroit doing some shit, getting some product, I guess. Shit goes awry. Is undercover police, and so apparently, I'm not even gonna say he did it. It's just what went down. A cop got shot. Some names got thrown up in the air. His was the heaviest name, and so the hunt began. Now, at the time, I didn't know how deep this shit was. He kept me shielded from, it's like the less you know, the better you are. And I just had to stick with him on that. Never questioned him. We both the same age. But this man, he was much more mature and had more, I guess, street experience than I did. And plus, he was the only one that knew that I was doing powder and shit after my mother's second husband. I started paying us off with little packets instead of the $50 and the $100 that he started us out with. So he knew I was going through some things too. I only saw him two more times before he committed suicide. And the first time he came back around, stayed for maybe like a couple hours. We were playing video games, watching, sports, just, reminiscing. But it felt like a goodbye. And then the next weekend, the last weekend that I saw him, and he just said, "You know what's up. You know they looking for me. I'm not going to prison." All right, D, I hear you. I hear you. And then he says, "But I want you to have something." And he pulls out this goddamn silver dollar and flicks it over to me. I still have this silver dollar in my safety deposit box. Because as we know, those people that are contemplating suicide, they start giving away important things to them. Too. I didn't know that at the time, but I'm really mad at him of how he did it, where he did it. I can understand not going to prison because my uncle sent me to prison on some fuck shit, and it really does some damage to me. So I can understand. He hadn't been in juvie, but he wasn't going to prison. When you're accused of shooting a fucking cop, which is probably dirty as fuck anyway, and they're gonna try to come down on you with everything they got. In the second visit, the last visit, he's getting on this bicycle and he bends that corner. I knew I wasn't gonna see Darryl no more. So he just took one to the head with a 12 gauge. Now this dream of him coming back to me last night, and I don't know what this little jit dance that he was doing. I don't know what the fuck that means. But why did he flick me another motherfucking coin when I still got the motherfucking coin? That's what fucked me up. And the video that I seen that Nene took of me practically fighting, running, all animated as motherfucker. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. And I don't drink. I smoke some weed, but I don't drink. I don't do no motherfucking hard ass drugs. I don't pop pills. No, this dream meant something, but I just don't know what. For 8 hours that I was asleep, it really felt like we were back kicking.